How you doing? I'm Andy Malfrey. This is Drag the Lake Reactions and Reviews. If you want to check out the main podcast, we stream over there on the main channel. Link for it down below. Do full podcasts, do full album reactions. But here, we're just looking at videos, singles, songs, shit like that. And today, we're checking out Harm's Way. They just put out a new song, Terrorizer, I believe. Or no, wait, is this off their? They had an album that came out. That's right, Common Suffering, which I got to be perfectly honest, I checked out. I didn't get super deep into it, so I am not familiar with this song. I enjoy Harm's Way in a casual way. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a hardcore fan of theirs. I got on board the same way as, a decent chunk of people. You saw The Running Man, and you're like, that's the biggest boy I've ever seen. Why is that jacked motherfucker doing a throwback 90s dance to this hardcore band? And then I checked him out. I was like, oh, they rule. Ended up not even through Harm's Way, just, hearing about Hard Lore. Got into that podcast. Shout out Hard Lore. Very entertaining podcast. And then realizing who's a Bo is the guitarist of Harm's Way. And I believe Weapon X? I think I'm right about that. Yeah, so not super deep into Harm's Way, but I've heard everything I've heard of theirs. I fuck with to a degree. I've never heard a song that I dislike. You know what I mean? But they're not my main band. Either way, when Harm's Way puts out a new music video, I'm excited for it. So let's check it out. Off their newest album, Common Suffering, this is Terrorizer. I forgot how fucking giant their lead singer is. I'm afraid to I don't even know if I'm going to dislike it, but I'm afraid to even give anything remotely a bad review. I feel like he's a fucking, I don't know. He's going to follow me like Mike Myers and just, their lead singer seems unkillable. So I'm very afraid to give this a bad review. Was that the church in Philly? Great venue if you haven't. I've only been there. I've only had the pleasure of going there once. I saw, who did I see? Enter Shikari and Haste the Day, I think, and some other, like two other bands. Yeah, the room was very hot. It was very slippery. It was the floor was slippery, not from beer but condensation. It's one of those venues, but legendary Philly venue. It is literally a church. Like you can see. Like when you walk in, or I remember going up one direction to the bathroom and there's like a bulletin board for like church events, but it's one of the most legendary hardcore venues. So remember that. I don't know. I remember that when you're shitting on religion. It's not all, I'm not a fan of organized religion, but church people are nice sometimes. That right there. Let's go back to those, because I always like we talk about this on Drag the Lake a lot, and when we were doing the new music from Friday streams, which we will try to bring back, which once again that's over on the main channel. But I always think, especially here, it looks like they're doing a live music video, and they're doing the thing I always say is, in my opinion, the best avenue for these is make the video essentially an advertisement for your live show. When I see this video, I should go, I want to fucking be there. And when you show me, I mean, that girl looks like she's in a trance. I'm assuming it's from your tunes. That. Let's see if we okay. God damn it. Where is she? There she is. Okay, I have a very bad pause. All right, this is going to bother me. I will not lose. Yes, I did it. But yeah, dude, you see that? You go, I want that. I want that. Give me that. I want that. What the fuck? I want to be spazzing like her when I'm seeing a band mushed in between a bunch of people, just fucking screaming. Like, dude, you want that? You see that, you go, one harm's way ticket, please, because I don't have friends. You know what? Make it 3 harm's way tickets. I'll find some friends by then. Dude, I'm sorry, but he's so fucking big. Oh my Christ. This is my favorite song I've ever listened to. He's so fucking big, dude. That's crazy. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That was good stuff. That was very good stuff. I enjoyed that a lot. It really highlighted for me personally why I like doing these videos so much is I got to be perfectly honest, knowing myself, if I was just kind of, driving or listening to music at work or some shit and I got this on, that comes up, I'll be perfectly honest. Maybe if I'm, in the car more so, but I know myself when I hear that general vibe, I'm probably going to skip it. It's not that it's a bad song. It just doesn't match my general vibe when I'm out and about. It's why I like taking the time to really sit down and listen to these songs and pay attention because it forces me to expand my purview on a lot of this shit. And that's what happened right here. This is a type of song I wouldn't necessarily have give the time of day to, but we really sat there with it, or I really sat there with it, and I kind of vibed out hard. I don't normally. This definitely has a clear industrial influence to it. I don't normally get on board with that, but it's a band like Harm's Way for me. I trust them enough to deliver me good music, so I'm going to sit through it and, really hear them out. Basically hear them out. And the way they do it, the mix was on point. It clearly had a lot of production to it, but it didn't overdo it. It didn't make it sound abnormal. That's what I like that a lot. I don't mind. A lot of people get up there, they get a stick up their ass about production. It's like, nah, I want to get I want to have a stiff ear horde on while I listen to your music. You know what I mean? And just make it feel in the context of your own music, make it feel natural, if that makes any sense. It's like when you're watching a sci-fi movie and you have, you ever get this one where you're watching a sci-fi movie and they have a little bit, like I remember I was watching, this is my biggest pet peeve about sci-fi movies is when they have shit that looks cool, but it just makes no practical sense in the context of the world. So I was watching, what's the blue people movie? Avatar. I was watching Avatar with someone, and there's this little lizard creature it has like a propeller on its back, but rather than the propeller spinning and it flying straight, the thing spins through spins through the air. And that just annoyed me because I just go like, evolutionary, that animal would not develop. It would die because how does it fly by just like fucking spin? And then, I say that and someone goes like, oh, you know what else doesn't make sense? Is the fucking blue people. And I go, well, in the context of this fucking movie, blue people makes complete sense. This this whirling dervish of a lizard doesn't make any fucking sense. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, is you can have production that is like noticeable, but like make it make sense and make it feel natural. And that's what was going on here. I have been more appreciative of I used to kind of like, look down my nose at industrial music, but the more I've been letting, being open-minded to other genres and shit like that, not being so genre-phobic, I have been seeing the merits in industrial music, and the repetitive nature of it sort of creates this like almost, I don't know what the fuck it is. I know it goes back to ancient times of, people sitting in a drum circle and playing the same thing over and over again, and you just create this vibe that like goes into your soul and it sends you into a little bit of a trance and shit like that. That's kind of what they were hitting me with, where it just the repetitive nature of the song with, building ever so slightly every measure and every section in this and that. It's one of those things where, this isn't the song you make a TikTok clip out of. This is the song you go, you're either in for it for the whole 3.5 minutes or don't even fucking worry about it. Excuse me. This is the kind of shit that, I was thinking about it today where I fully have, you ever have a thing that you're like, I know this, but it really takes you a while to fully come to terms with it. And what I've come to terms with very recently is I'm just like, oh yeah, Twitter's like cooked my attention span. Twitter and fucking Instagram and shit with the reels, it has cooked my attention span. And just with scrolling through Twitter, just like, within 10 seconds, I could see like a fucking kid, someone die, the cutest puppy I've ever seen, the funniest tweet I've ever seen, and just a bunch of shit like that over and over and over again. And it's just, it completely annihilates your dopamine receptors. And I realized like, oh yeah, my attention span has completely been fucking cooked. And I worry about shit like that, making stuff like this hard for people to appreciate going forward. And it's like, you almost have to come to terms with the reality around us and just not, you know what I mean? Sometimes this has been my struggle with Twitter. Cause it's like, I do YouTube videos, I do comedy, I do all this stuff, I gotta use Twitter and, shit like that, which is to a degree is true, but to a degree, I probably use that as an excuse. But stuff like that, and I'm trying to relate. I'm trying to relate this to the song. I'm not just trying to go out on let me think about myself for a minute. But no, it does make, listening to a song like this, it makes me want to really, look at something like Twitter. Is Twitter something that I can live with, or is it just something that I gotta like put into, throw into the corner and just when I need to post something, grab it, then throw it back in the fucking corner? Because, if it's going to cook my attention span and I can't enjoy awesome music like this going forward, maybe we got to get rid of that shit. But yeah, listening to this song makes me really think about makes me really wonder how TikTok and shit like that is going to affect people's attention span on things like that. But I don't know, man. Just keep writing good music like this, and I think, dope shit will prevail. It does. With the digital age and how everything is, and AI and how fast we can spread information, it provides a lot of good things, but it also does litter the playing field with horse shit. But I think if we just everyone just try to be as dope as possible, all the dope shit will rise and we'll find it. We found it today in this new Harm's Way video. I love that. I really should go back to the album and check that shit out. It was a good, I remember the one listen I did. It was a good time. Maybe I do a second listen now. Maybe we do that. All right. Subscribe. Lots of reactions every week. Or let's not say lots. A couple every week. If you enjoy those, watch a full stream over on the main channel. Link for it down below. I love you all. Have a good day and a week and a year and a life. Until next time, be about it. Peace.